What is up, everybody? Hello, how's it going? I did purposely fuck up. I didn't accidentally do it. I just want to put that out there. Okay. It was like a whole rhythmic thing. I was going for something. I'm not entirely sure if it was the best thing to go for, but I did it because you gotta have balls in this industry. You gotta have balls to come out there and make yourself look like a big old dummy. But what is up, everybody? How you guys doing? Double Toast pre-show in session. What is up? Literally in about, I would say, 20 minutes, Double Toast is scheduled to start this show. We were against. We're talking about Saw. We're talking about Spiral, actually. Spiral, a story from the Saw book. That's a long fucking title. I'm going to bring up something really quick, though, because one of the things that's not really brought up a whole lot is this other movie called Spiral. We looked this up really quick so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. I'm over here by myself, by the way, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to be joined by some other people soon. And if that's not the case, well, then wham. I'm all by myself, fucking crybaby and shit, right? I'm going to be lonely, going to be sad. But hopefully you guys make me feel not so lonely by coming over here, talking in the chat, and shooting the shit with me. But I'm going to show you this other fucking thing. This is actually another movie called Spiral that came out, I believe, like October of last year or whatever. Jojo Cat, what is up? How you doing, Jojo Cat? I'm over here by myself. Like I said earlier, I'll probably reiterate a lot of things as I usually do. You know, I think half these fucking shows is just me saying shit that I already said. But this is actually a thing that I've already said too about this particular movie. But I feel like it's so long ago that me and Jed actually reviewed this. I want to bring it up here. But Corey's gonna be talking about Spiral, which is the Saw story book, whatever the fuck that comes into fruition there. Oh, and thank you for that love, Hinata the Stallion. Thank you so much for the follow. Really appreciate those things go a long fucking way. So thank you so much. But I want to showcase something to you guys. This is actually another movie called Spiral. It's actually on Shudder right now. And as far as what I can tell, the reviews for the new Spiral, that's the Saw movie or whatever, is actually not so great. But this movie, I think, is actually a pretty cool attempt here.
I'm Tiffany, your new neighbor.
I'm Aaron. This is my partner. Hi.
Wow.
Wow, gay. I don't know what the fuck's up with that shit. Let me see. I'm gonna move this over here. Doing good. I'm glad to be able to catch pre-show. Nice, Jojo Cat. Fucking sweet, dude. Oh, I hear some more noise going around. Thank you, Mauricio, for the subscription. Really appreciate that. And now I'm getting so excited for corn. Holy shit, bro. I might actually fucking post a corn thing in here. Fuck it. Let's have some fun with this shit. Let's get DMCA'd. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, no. We're going to continue on with this trailer. I'm just trying to get myself not in trouble. Black Knight, hello. Edward's cool, hello. God, I love you guys. Just going to fucking squeeze you both and then apologize because that's just fucking weird.
I'm just so happy we have some fresh faces in the neighborhood.
Love is all that matters.
I'm not sure most people would actually agree with that.
I find it disgusting how false stereotypes shape public opinion.
So that's what's crazy too. Oh, and you see the F word over here? That says, forgots. Anyway, so the thing is though, I'm gonna die. No, so this gay couple moves in, an interracial gay couple, which, man, you can tell, just like white people, they're going to just be like, oh my god, like, gay's okay, but black and gay? And why? There's like a gay milk chocolate Kit Kat. Like, what the fuck's going on? You know, they're really, really upset and everything, which is totally, like, not cool, you know what I mean? But this movie is about essentially this not being the first time this has happened. There's been many couples that appear at this particular area, and if they're like lesbian or if they have like a certain type of lifestyle, like gothic or punk or any kind of thing that's not conservative and just fucking the most vanilla version of white you could possibly put out there, these people get mad, but they don't get mad like, I'm gonna fucking burn you and go crazy. No, it's like they will do some shit where like they do like a hitman stuff on you, like at the very, very at the very, very end of the movie or whatever, and or at the end of the stay for all these particular couples. So I'm not really spoiling anything there because the direction that this movie goes in Spiral, not the Saw Spiral. I'm gonna keep saying that shit. I don't know why this movie was called Spiral, but this movie has a lot going for it, man. It really, really does. The acting's not the best. I'll probably say that again because I was loud. No, the acting's definitely not the best, but I do think that what they did here, especially with the casting, is actually pretty ballsy for Shudder to pull off. Or for Shudder to actually, let in, by the way, because obviously I don't think Shudder like financed this or anything. That could be wrong. But Shudder, what they do is they purchase all these particular movies that come out and they're like, hey, we'll give you a platform, but we're not going to finance this shit. We're going to be like the horror version of Netflix, true in form of like what Netflix was doing before, Beast of No Nation, all that shit. So really cool to see this movie, do kind of well. I remember like people were talking about this for like a good 2 weeks, whatever, during the pandemic of all fucking times. This movie came out at a very, very terrible time. But, you know, with this and the rental and the beach house, this is a pretty good horror movie.
I think I saw something.
And if you guys want to see that, I mean, it's on Shudder right now. You can go watch it instead of waiting for fucking, you know, Spiral, Saw, whatever the fuck it's called, because apparently people are not liking that shit. And I'm not surprised. I ain't going to sit there and spend money on an idea of Chris Rock like, I'm going to be serious. Don't laugh at me. And then have Samuel L. Jackson, motherfucker. It's like, you know what? No, I'll watch The Hitman's Bodyguard 2, 3, 4, whatever the fuck. But I'm not going to give a shit about you guys trying to play serious. And there's already a ridiculous storyline that is Spiral. Like, that's some strange shit. Here's the thing, though. I'm still not joined by my folks. So I'm kind of going to go ahead and... fuck you, Kirk. I would go on that big-ass rant. Oh, Marissa is like, Nick's going to see it through other means. Probably. Chat, I want to get you guys' opinion on something. Because I'm not joined by anybody right now, so I want to do a situation where it's like, hey, let me take advantage of that. And let me talk about something that would normally bore the fuck out of my co-hosts. And probably aggravate them, at least a couple of them. But I wrote this today on my Facebook. I said, so just to add to the absurdity of the absolute gut-wrenchingly aggravating fuckery that is a piece of shit company Apple, I now have to upload numerous times a Facebook video just for it to go through. And as I look up the reasons as to why or what's wrong or how to avoid that being an issue, I get numerous sources saying, and I'll just skip to what I'm going to say here. Yeah, people were basically saying online, hey, it has an issue with MacBooks. Sometimes the Facebook servers just don't work. And that shit pissed me off because it's like the 10th fucking thing that I've noticed when it comes to MacBook stuff where it's like, Google Hangouts, it just doesn't work on there. Nah, just use something else. It's like, why do I have to use something else? You're a computer. You cost $4,000. I spent the same amount of money on my fucking MacBook Pro that I did on my super duper beast Alienware fucking PC computer. And by the way, the PC computer has worked fine even now, the same way I did when I first got it. And it could do XSplit, like I'm doing right now on the show. I can stream to multiple sources. I can hook up to the fucking Ethernet without some Thunderbolt fucking purchase or whatever the fuck, or like that stupid little dongle that it has. I can hook up my external drives to it, and I can use all the fucking space on them. Why are we making excuses for Apple all the time? It sounds like fucking, like the Apple fans are like Trump supporters. They just, no matter what the fuck Trump will do, it's like, well, you have to understand, well, that person said that first. Well, you didn't say that about all women. You only said that about Rosie O'Donnell. It's like, dude, like, can we please fucking just look at the situation and say, dude, you're a piece of shit, and that's all the context we need. I'm looking at Apple. It's a piece of shit company. They got fucking children working, making these fucking machines, and they had to build nets around the entire building, the complex, because they're jumping out the fucking windows. This is bad. And yet, but you gotta have your fucking emojis though, right? So anyways, that's the thing that Kirk was referring to. Not to go on a huge rant here, but I'm just saying, a little bullshit. A little bullshit. And if you care to give me your opinion on this, you can obviously say that in the live chat right now, but if you're watching this afterwards and you still want to talk about it, you leave a message on that fucking thing, I'll respond, and we will talk together. We'll have some good arguments as well as some good agreements, and it should be some fun stuff. But I'm going to look back in the chat. Blasian Michael saying, what is up? Hello, Blasian Michael. I was playing Monster Hunter Rise yesterday, by the way. Beat a boss that was going to just fuck me up, and I got lucky with it. But I do hope that you're able to join me next time I play that game. I don't know when exactly that'll be, but anytime you're in the chat and I'm just like playing some random game or whatever, let me know, and maybe we can just kind of play live on the air. It'll be cool as shit, Mr. Blasian Michael. Hollow Man saying, I think Chris can pull it off if he works with a good director. Chris Rock, yeah, I think so too, dude. I mean, I think that he did okay with that. I forgot what it was called, like Top 5 or whatever the fuck that was. It was still funny, but there's moments where him, being serious and dramatic. I like that kind of stuff. Jojo Cat saying, I'm glad I stopped watching this show. Wait, my show? Oh God, no, not our show. What the fuck? But Blasian is like, yeah, I love some Monster Hunter Rise with you, dude. Me too, because you fucking go in there with your weapons and just whoop everybody's ass. I love that stuff. You're gonna have me get through that game quicker, man, because that shit's hard as hell. So the Green Knight, you have not seen that trailer. I have not seen the Green Knight trailer, but I did see that fucking Forever Purge. So we're going to talk about that now, guys. I was going to wait for Alan and everybody to come on in, but we'll talk about this here, guys.
Purge will conclude in 3, 2, 1.
So in case you guys are wondering what the premise of this new movie is, the Forever Purge. So let me just tell you what I thought it was first, really quick, because I think that's more important, and I just like my own opinion, so I want to just tell my own stories, because I have an ego problem. Hold on, I'm gonna drink some water first before I continue sucking my own dick. It's got to be wet, man. Anyways, so what I thought this was gonna be was essentially, we fast forward, politics and the government wins once again, like after Anarchy and the first Purge and all those movies, somehow it doesn't matter. Election year didn't solve anything, and the Purge is now forever. You can always fucking purge or whatever the fuck. I thought that's what we're gonna get into, or at least like Forever Purge, as in like they call it that, but it's literally like a month-long purge or something. Like maybe they extend it for it's just not one night. But no, essentially, this particular fucking thing was well, I mean, I'll just show it.
For your participation.
See, it just ended.
We survived.
All police and emergency services have been reinstated.
Okay.
All crime, including murder,
Simple.
is now illegal.
Come on, let's get to work. One night only. Rest of the year is peaceful.
You see, it's over. Everything's cool. Oh no, not a horsey. Oh no. Don't you go over there. That's bad news for your ass. Point. Yeah, you stupid.
Help me! The purge is over, please!
No? What? What the fuck kind of shit? The whole idea of the purge is one night. If this becomes a thing where it's just constant and there's no rules behind the purge, then what the fuck is it? It's not the purge. This is not
I think it looks bad.
You fucking stupid. I didn't even hear you come in. I don't know what's up. I'm not getting
I
notifications.
keep my creeping, just sneaking in.
I know. I'm gonna be honest, dude. I'm glad I'm able to handle it during streams now because I'm so used to shit happening in the background and my phone ringing. But my heart, though, you scared the fuck out of me.
It's just a little hard.
But this is gone to everybody. So here's the thing, though. I mean, everyone fucking knows at this point. I don't even know why. I'm like, oh, by the way, let me introduce. This is Jatai, by the way.
Hello.
But no, so the thing is like this new trailer came out, the Forever Purge trailer, and when I was looking at this, man, it's like we totally lost the idea of what the Purge is. The Purge is supposed to be one night where you fuck around and everything is legal. This movie, it pretty much starts off in this trailer saying like, no, it's illegal now. It's back to normal, but these people are still killing. I'm like, what's the difference between this and every other horror movie ever made? Or not horror movie, but just every other action movie. Like,
not a damn thing. They forgot that they're ending the series off. Decided, hey, let's make another movie, but this time it's about the people who still continue the tradition, dog.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. It's like, okay, Once Upon a Time, crazy people. It's like they just put the licensing of the Purge on here, and then we're just done. And it's like, dude, that's fucking ridiculous. I actually really hate that because you just lost your identity, and yet you're still going to make a bunch of money. People are going to go see this, and then they're going to get tired out of the licensing and the name because it's like, I'm sick of the Purge. Once Upon a Time, kill, who gives a fuck? It's like, this is essentially what happened with this horror movies when you had like 8 fucking slasher movies that just did the same thing and didn't change anything and lost the whole idea of what the fucking movie's about. When Jason leaves Camp Crystal Lake, it's no longer like, oh shit, Camp Crystal Lake. The motherfucker can travel, so who gives a fuck about Camp Crystal Lake? When Michael Myers is killing random people like Busta Rhymes and shit, Busta, when he's doing that shit, like, it's not interesting. Like, oh, the Myers family, who gives a fuck? He can kill anybody. Clearly, that's what he's doing. So it's just, I don't know, man. When you lose like the concept of what this was originally supposed to be, then it has no identity, and then, I mean, who gives a shit? But I mean, do you give a shit?
It gets rid of some of the fear aspect too.
Exactly. Yeah, I think so too. But what was the last one? I mean, did you even give a fuck about the Purge movies?
Well, now that I think about it, I honestly haven't watched the Purge movie since the second one.
Oh,
the second one was the last one I really checked out, and then the third one was supposed to be like a parody of Donald Trump and shit. But I never got a chance to actually check it out.
Okay, yeah, but no, like, I mean, for me, it's just like the election year one. I thought that was a pretty cool one because of the political stuff and all the shit that's happening in our real life at the time. So I was like, okay, it's kind of cool. But I mean, aside from that, it was like, dude, like, we're just kind of like going around in a cyclical as far as these stories go. It's fucking, it's almost boring. And like, you got a movie that has like award-winning body counts, and yet still, I'm yawning. Like, and this is a really bad concept. Once upon a time, it's every action movie. But Alan, what do you think about this, dude? Forever Purge trailer. All right, thank you.
I was dead, y'all.
Apologies. The fact that they still keep making Purge movies, to me, it's like it's ridiculous. Like the concept's always been stupid since Jump. It's like, oh, what if we just let everyone just commit any crimes? Then for some fucking reason, we're gonna focus on murder.
Yeah, that was
Someone
either
deflates a balloon.
Yeah, deflates the balloon. Tea or the dog.
I apologize.
Benito,
like,
stop making tea.
Benito's like, he's on the show now. Time to play with the squeaky toy.
Yeah, Kirk is like a deer. That's fucking funny. Birdman. Oh.
Hi.
Fuck you.
Anyway,
Change your fucking name. Can you just put Alan in caps so I know it's you?
Who else do you know that's Birdman?
I don't know anybody, but like I'm almost like I want to give you extra attention because I'm like, oh, who's Birdman? Oh, that's my friend.
No, give me extra attention. Fabio's here. What?
Wait, what the fuck was that?
No, Kirk. Fabio's here. Yes, I'm beautiful.
Oh God. Jesus.
I've basically seen every Purge movie. The only Purge content I've ever seen is a TV show. I just haven't gotten around to it. Mm-hmm. But the concept to me has just never been that interesting. They even talk about it in the movie called The First Purge, not The First Purge movie.
Yeah.
That's confusing. That it's like, oh yeah, people aren't gonna kill each other right away because that's not how it works. If all laws just go away, you don't just turn to brutal murderers. You most of the time for that first night, nothing really happened until they basically were just like putting random people in areas to kill people to kind of get the ball stored rolling. But like they've never done anything interesting with it because why not do a heist movie? If you know that all the laws are going to go down, you can rob things. Do a fucking heist movie. They talk about in the second.
I can
Purge
tell
movie.
you didn't watch the second Purge.
No, I did watch the second Purge movie. That's what specifically I'm talking about because they go through the banking district and the guy goes, "This is the safest place because they lock the bank up, they move all the money." What if they knew the day before Purge or a few days before Purge they fucking rob the bank or whatever, and they make sure that they rob on Purge Day so they don't get away with anything? Like, what about something cool like that? But it's like, no, just watch people kill each other again.
Yeah, which I'd be fine with if it was on the whole principus of just like, yo, fucking Purge night. But like, this is all happening after the Purge. This is all not Purge. This movie should be called Not Purge. Like, it's annoying because I don't know.
It's just
if
The Hunt again. Like, it's just a different movie. Like
The Hunt. It's just like The Hunt. Which, by the way, I watched The Hunt.
Would you feel better if it called itself that or that something to that vein like The Purge Hunting Ground?
No, literally, this could be anything. Like, don't even call it like The Purge anything. Just Hunting Grounds. Boom. Like,
it is just a reaction movie because like the whole point of the Purge was that the entire point of the Purge, when you watch the first one, was they wanted to get rid of people's aggression of just dealing with whatever the fuck by letting them get it all out in one day. Don't worry about the crimes. Do whatever drugs. Do whatever the fuck you want. And then after 12 hours, you go back to being civilized people. And it was an interesting concept for the first one because you didn't know what the world was like. You were stuck in this house while a bunch of people were exercising a legal right to kill you.
And Ethan Hawke is always badass.
What's up?
And Ethan Hawke is always badass.
Oh, no, he isn't. But that's another story for another day.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Training Day is not that good.
I'll throw a bottle at you, bitch.
So you see the movie and you're watching the movie, you're like, okay, this is kind of cool. I've always liked bottle films and just kind of just seeing as this movie goes on through this house, like, okay, that's kind of cool. I like the climax, like once they deal with all this bullshit, they're like, no, let's sit down like civilized people as it ends. That was really cool. But people are like, I can't believe we don't get to see the world. So the second one's like, well, what is it like to be outside? And it was fantastic. You got to see all this crazy bullshit and you got this interesting movie. The third one comes along and it says, well, the second one did so well, so let's just do the same thing again, but worse in every single way. And it just kind of shat itself. It's like, well, that's how the trilogy ends. So like, well, we got to explain this whole thing. But the underlying concept of what the Purge was about was they wanted to kill off the poor people. Mm-hmm. They wanted to reduce the population. And they just use the guise of Americanism, guns rights, and just, purging anger from your system as a way to essentially get rid of the poor population so they don't have to keep, like, using welfare programs. And that was what got America out of debt.
Yeah. I mean, and by the way, like, people are, because, I mean, and my attention span's not the best, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, but, like, they're saying, like, Alan, I can tell you didn't watch a prequel movie, but like for me, I feel like you did. Like I
did watch the prequel movie. No. I specifically watched the prequel movie because in the first Purge, because by the time you get to the third Purge movie, they basically spell out, hey, this was to kill the poor people. They even hint at it in 2. This is just to kill the poor people to reduce their population, so you don't have to spend money on welfare programs. If there's no poor, we don't have to worry about any of that shit. Anyone else is dead. In the first Purge movie, they're basically like, hey, we're trying to reduce this poor population, but people aren't killing people.
Yeah, like literally in the first Purge, not like the first movie, but like the first Purge movie. Well, we can call that. Can we call it like Purge 4?
Yeah, Purge 4 for fuck's sake.
So Purge 4. At first it's like okay, like there's gonna be gangs that are gonna be fucking with whatever, but like we gotta do what we gotta do, and we're also I mean those neighborhoods are kind of poisonous and stuff too. People are like selling drugs, blah blah. But it gets to a point where like when some of the neighborhood people are like, hey, like we're not gonna kill you, like we're not gonna let these fucking white people like take over us like that. They actually have them like have like these fucking thermal thingies in their eyes and shit, and they're like, "Yo, like we're surveillancing you guys, and we're gonna make you kill people." And it's like, motherfucker, like now this is completely like not what the concept was, which I don't even mind that because it's like, okay, I mean, now you got a villain, so it's fine.
It's the funny thing about it is something before I watched the movies, I was always like, people aren't gonna just randomly kill people. That's not how it
they
goes.
already do that. I mean, that's already a thing.
No. I understand that, but like people do that anyway. If someone wants to kill you for whatever fucking reason, that's gonna end up happening. But the whole thing of the purge is that we all secretly want to kill everybody around us, and the moment the restrictions are gone, suddenly we're dual wielding machetes. It's like, no, like by the way, if this is the whole cop propaganda that cops are the only reason crimes aren't happening. Like, no, that's not the only fucking reason. It's the fact that we live in a society. If you remove all the laws, you actually wouldn't.
Yeah, did you hear that shit, Roxy?
I'm sorry,
That was
why
quite
you gotta say the
We live in a society, bro. Like, why did you say that?
No, I'm not gonna say that fucking Joker bullshit. I'm gonna say ACAB because they don't fucking do anything to stop crime. They're just there to report it after the fact. But it's a concept that that's something I've always felt where it's like the quote unquote laws aren't really what keep people at bay. They keep certain people at bay, but most of the time it's just like, people aren't gonna go out of their way. Is what I'm saying. Like, you remove all the laws the next day, you'd be like, most people wouldn't even notice. Like, straight up,
like, neither one of us can even decide like if people would actually do that, because I completely disagree with you, but I don't have any proof to even say that.
It depends on where you are, because like if you look at like random places, there's gonna be hotspots, of course. But like the whole thing was they always focused on murder, and that's something me and you found really dumb. It's like it's always the murder. Like you know what I would do? Purge night, I'm stealing a bunch of flat screens.
Yeah, same here.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, but then again, it's like. That might be because like in Purge election year, there was even points of like the more richer people whatever would actually put money on their houses or businesses, and it'll be like, hey, so what do you call that when like you're playing hide and seek and you're like freeze or like safe, don't touch me.
Yeah, the basically red light, green light or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's called base. But like like if you can't find somebody and then like while you're looking somewhere else they code to base and they touch it's like, okay, base, hey, fuck you, guy, who's it? So it's like, God, that'd be fun. Dude, you know what we should do when we all meet? We should play tag. All right, fuck you guys then, fucking assholes.
No, I agree.
Okay, look, I'll play, but like, I'm fat. I get tired easy.
Yeah, me too.
My breathing gets heavy.
That makes it even funner because then it's like, damn, am I gonna be able to make it? Like 8 miles per hour versus 8 miles per hour?
Am I gonna be able to make it? Motherfuckers gonna be in the hospital going, at least I wasn't in it.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, wow. I got long-winded thinking about that. I'm fucking fat.
Look, at the end of the day, when it comes to the purge, it's an interesting concept that, again, I don't know if the show ever goes into. I think Roxy's the only one here that watched the show. Like,
I did.
Do they ever go into this concept of like what actually like what the discussion of what would happen if you removed all the crime? Because the first movie tackles that nothing happens for like 6 hours. It's not until they start actually like planting people to die that this shit ends up even taking place.
It's actually the opposite. At least with the first season. With the first season, it starts off with a bunch of stories, but basically the main focus is actually taking care of everybody. You know, taking care like
killing them. Like go pew pew.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like killing everyone, or at least killing within certain guidelines that are legal within that certain night. Like settling personal vendettas, getting revenge, basically a lot of fraud,
clear my gambling debts.
Gambling debts. There's certain hideouts where certain people can go to like hang out and just wait for the purge to blow over. But then you have people out there who are doing like, here's a spoiler, but it's a carnival of death. And during the carnival of death, you have like certain games like I almost said slam dunk, and then brain went to Space Jam.
Is it like slam death? Like
my brain went to Space Jam, trying to figure out what it was called.
Come on and bam.
Dunk tank.
Oh yeah.
So say for example, they have like dunk tank. You put someone like in a dunk tank style machine, and then if someone hits them, they get like torn up by chainsaws. Or you get to, you know how they have like anger rooms, smashing rooms?
Yeah, I'll be right
back. They
have
that, but with people, where you can pick a certain person that you want, and then you have 30 minutes, 20 minutes, what the fuck ever, to tear this person up any way you choose.
It's all, again, it
doesn't really cover the topic that the movies do. The movies is more so like, fuck the poor, fuck minorities, we gotta let the rich survive.
That was really the next two where they're like, hey, we got to explain why this stupid shit got passed. Whereas the first one was, hey, these guys that are exercising essentially a legal right, or I guess non-illegal right to kill you. But again, especially when they do in Purge 4, the first Purge movie, they go, yeah, people aren't really gonna, like, again, you remove all the crimes. Most of the time, people aren't gonna go out of the way, especially to commit murder. Like, that's something where it's like built up aggression over time. First degree murder, where it's like you're gonna go out and kill someone. Second degree murder happens like randomly, like when you're at like a bar or something, and somebody just pisses you off, and you pull out a gun and shoot them or whatever. It's like, especially like America, the last couple of years, with the whole active shooter situations. It's like, maybe again, would those spike? Probably, but like not to a degree that it would be more of a statistic than it would be like, what this is called the forever purge, where people are just going to constantly kill each other, and that we all have this murder boner that we can't satisfy until we kill everyone around us. It's like, no, it's a really stupid concept.
I'm not gonna lie, that's a bit of a soft spot for me since I lost a friend not too recently in a bar shootout. But
I'm sorry, I didn't
no, it's all right. It still hurts, but it's something that does happen, and it sucks that it continues to happen. But basically, that's where the first Purge, or like the fourth movie, offered an incentive. Granted, there's a small number of people out there who would love to kill other people,
sure,
just to get whatever aggression out. We live in a society types.
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all make me cringe. But anyways, that's beside the point. So there's a small amount of people that would do that, but in order to get more people involved and more numbers up there, or bodies, whatever you want to call it,
sure,
they have to offer an incentive. So where would they get that? Rich people, they do whatever the fuck they want already. We know this. Eat the rich. But you go into poorer neighborhoods and you offer them money. You offer them like, hey, if you survive a night, you get this much. Sure. If you go out and kill, you get more. The more crimes you commit, each crime has like a set price or whatever that they pay you. So depending on which one you choose throughout the night and you survive, you get a fuck ton of money. More than anyone in that certain demographic or class has ever seen in their entire fucking lives. And these are people who desperately need it. Desperate times call for desperate measures. True. So that's how people start racking up points, so to speak.
Yeah, for me personally, I guess like the overall like encompassing of just like what this new trailer is going to be is that the fact that it's not really like about the purge is the most frustrating thing to me, because it's like, well, now we're just being in any other movie, and now it's like, okay, straight up, it's death, like it's just them killing. And I'm not saying that like I'm not interested in that, because it's a movie, it's an action movie, I want to see action, blah blah blah. But it's like Purge had a concept that was actually a pretty questioning, like, like, granted, they didn't go anywhere with it, like you said, Alan. Like, they just kind of just showed the killing, or whatever. But like, there was potential there. Like, oh, if you guys wanted, you could do a comedy where like you don't do killing, you guys get stuck somewhere, and then like the next morning the cops come, you're like, fuck, we gotta get out of here, we're trying to steal something, and now, it's illegal again, and oh shit, I got like gold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like something goofy. Like you could have done that. Or you could have done, like, sex stuff. We can done perverts. You could do all this shit. Like, there's a lot of crimes out there. So, for me, it's like, the fact that we're just, like, gonna ignore all the potential and just do basic shit. It's like, do you think your audience is basic? I feel like this is an insult to Purge fans. Like, oh, you guys are a bunch of dumb fucks who want blood. Let me just put this movie out there. Shoot.
Especially after the fourth movie, at this point, the fourth movie, if you've watched the Purge movies, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. It became this idea of you do the trilogy, but then they realized one of those movies were incredibly successful, every one of them. But then we realized, hey, if we just keep making movies called Purge, because this world will continue to exist and then has existed so long for like at least 20 years. So it's this idea that it's like this legal apocalypse, essentially. We created a legal apocalypse. Because the idea, like the Forever Purge and the Purge movies is, well, in the apocalypse, hey, there aren't any rules. Walking Dead, go ahead, murder people. It's a whole zombie. It's basically a zombie apocalypse every single year. Where imagine if you just could go do whatever the fuck you want for 12 fucking hours. We don't have to sit there and follow one guy or two guy or connect everything. We just call it the Purge. And we can just do whatever idea we want.
Like Final Fantasy or Legend of Zelda. It's like you can just keep telling a story that just, it's not repeating, but it's like, do we have to hit a chronological like conclusion?
No, because again, this one might be set like after the fourth one, or maybe it's set in between the second, third one. It doesn't matter. This is like what I've seen the trailer. It's what's set in Mexico, because everything has a yellow tint. That's usually the fucking. That's usually like you can tell which country based on which filter they use.
Holmes, no. Get that in here, Roxy. Go.
Oh, Blasian, bro, Blasian, I'm gonna crawl in that chat and fight you.
I hate you, Nick.
Zelda story sucks. That's super basic. I will crawl into that chat. Oh,
puro pinche purge, bro.
No, you purge dos, tres, cuatro.
But yeah, it's
Jesus
like
Christ.
I don't know. I want to see, like you said, I want to see something different. I want to see something that's like a little bit more nuanced. I want to see what happens at an overnight fucking store. Imagine if you're like working at a fucking McDonald's and it's like, oh shit, I worked till 4 on Purge night. For some fucking reason, I got 8 times my money. You know?
know what I want to see,
Switch time with
Alan?
me, man.
Somebody
Switch time with me. I
goes-
worked with the Furge 2 years in a row, man. Come on, switch times with me.
Alan, you know what I want to see?
What's up?
Whenever we film something based in Mexico, can we stop putting a fucking yellow film on it?
Look,
Please?
man.
Well, can you tell Mexico
Okay,
stop being
so-
so yellow? Like shit.
So okay,
That's
we
fine.
have
It's not yellow.
yellow filters for Mexico, slightly browner filter for India, a blue filter for Russia. What's it for Arabs? It's also yellow, but it's a different kind of yellow.
I don't think Russia deserves a blue filter because if you've seen pictures of Russia, it's awfully
Right.
bleak.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Awfully
why they
gray.
go for the blue. Because you got to understand is multicolor means America. Color filter means a foreign
Wait, so you're
country.
trying to
Because
say
you gotta
many
make it
colored
different.
people in America? That's sweet of America. That's nice.
Yeah, but it's more of a melting pot that basically destroys any culture that comes in, just so you can fall under the propaganda that is America.
He didn't even write that, guys. That just
Nope.
came out of his stupid brain.
It's the guise of a melting pot, but there's a certain color in that melting pot that doesn't.
Okay, why are we saying
necessarily
melting
That
pot? I'm thinking of a
overpowers.
fucking cauldron and there's
Well,
witches.
no.
Like, oh,
That's what
people,
the market
Mexicans.
described itself. I don't know exactly what decade, but it was described as a cultural melting pot. The idea was you come in, you bring your culture, and you put it into the melting pot, and it influences the
And it
culture
tastes
around
delicious.
it. No, it's supposed to be. That's supposed to be the idea. It's like a soup. The problem is that was a
I'm hungry
completely
as
fabricated
fuck.
lie because you essentially get rid of your culture
That's
to become
fucking-
American.
I'm starving, dude. No, because Alan's saying it too. It's like, see, Alan, and this is why I feel like you should sell your soul when we start doing ads and sponsors.
What?
Because you have a way of talking about shit that like sounds delicious. That's why she
I
always gets
told
sleepy,
you.
because it's like a fucking like a good dinner before while you're sick and you get some Campbell's chicken noodle and it's like Campbell's chicken shit, when you talk. And
I understand, 100%. I wouldn't
What?
mind doing ads. I just won't do it for Gearbox because Randy Pitchford can go fuck himself.
Well, that's nice. Hey, Gearbox, when we eventually do ads for you, he said that, and I'll fire him just for you. I'll kill him. I'll choke him.
Yeah, call me when Randy doesn't pay you,
Man,
and then fight you for asking for a paycheck.
Alan, this motherfucker straight going, I'll call you daddy.
No, just
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
just imagine
wait
Alan
till
like
Randy
in my
Pitchford,
shoulders.
By the way, wait till Randy Pitchford doesn't pay you, and then when you ask to get paid, punches you in the face.
Well, then I'll get upset that I killed you at that point in our situation, okay? But I'm just thinking of like a situation of me like holding Alan's head in my arms and like choking him. I'm like, shh, dude, it's Gearbox. Shut the fuck. Shh, shh, shh. He's like, oh, you know that their games are, and just like
Stop
he's.
He's a liar.
Oh,
My
damn,
brain
I'm a
went
big
somewhere
fan of
else.
Borderlands. There's other games that are like
Actually,
that.
my hatred of Gearbox has nothing to do with their games.
What?
Well, that's just ridiculous, Alan.
What are you talking about? Like the Borderlands series has
So
nothing to do
you're
with my
not mad
hatred.
at Sony fucking people over in Microsoft and EA?
Yeah, everything you just said was Gearbox does it, and most of the problems with Gearbox have to do with Randy Pitchford, who, again, Randy the Liar Pitchford doesn't pay his employees, accosts people, had child porn on his USB, stole money from Sega on multiple different fucking occasions, used that money and funneled it into the Borderlands series.
All right, really quick, Alan.
I don't have to stop.
Okay, but I'm just saying, did he jack off to the child porn?
What?
What? No.
Where's
Did he
Jet?
come, though?
From yesterday, Diaz, no.
Where's Jet? Someone just where's Jet?
I like
I'm
this
telling
game.
Jet.
This is great. You're texting her right now. You're a fucking bitch, man. I'm gonna tell mom on your ass.
I'm telling Jet.
No, don't tell Jet.
I'm telling
Point
her.
is,
Get that
I
paper
hate
again.
that man, and I hope he gets fired, like out of a cannon.
Okay, we know what. Here's the thing now. By the way, I just want to put this out here that Alan's being legitimate too, because like we were talking about the Purge, and this motherfucker thought of. See, that's what you'll kill in Gearbox. Like
No,
literally-
I would go pie him in the face.
You gotta
In
get off.
Purge,
Okay,
right?
I don't know who told you about this pie thing. You need to get off this pie shit, man. I'm telling you. Like,
You need to stop dealing with these fucking creep pies.
you're gonna
Alan.
be just
No,
oh, that's hilarious.
but
Someone's gonna
yeah.
wind up pregnant if you don't fucking stop, Alan.
That's true. You fucking
What?
revert. Yeah. No, but I by the way, Chad, I didn't mean it because Chad's like, did you mean that? No, I didn't mean that about the Gearbox guy. Okay, he's sick. He had child porn on his computer, and it's even worse that there's not Borderlands 4 already, and it's fucked up.
Oh yeah,
That's
that's even worse. Oh, don't worry. Sony's gonna ask him to make another game, and he's gonna ignore that. Take all that money, make his own game, and then the actual product he was promised, he's gonna ship it out to some third-party developer, and they're gonna fuck it over and basically fuck over the fans. Yeah, okay.
Look, by the way, there's something really special just watching Roxy just get me in trouble with that big fucking phone. Just like, hey, Jet, so, Nick was over here, and he was being, like, fucking stupid like he usually is, and she's like, what? He's stupid still? I can't believe it. I thought it was going to change in 10 minutes.
This is why we have newspaper, Diaz.
And this is why...
This
Wait,
is
you
how
use
we do it. This is how we do it.
Oh, get it, Alan. Get it. This
You just
Please,
use that as a
Alan.
distraction.
This is
Sing.
No.
Sing for us, Alan.
This is how I do it. Josh Duggar.
I
Who's Josh
can
Duggar?
show you the world.
I
Who's
can
that?
show
My name
you
is
my.
Alan.
I can show you my ass.
I will never sing that song again. I've done it twice in my life, and I'm leaving it there.
So what's going on with Josh Hugger, Duggar, Splugger, Flugger?
I have
Oh,
no fucking idea.
Same thing. Pedophile charges, but
really?
extreme pedophile
extreme.
charges. Really fucking terrible
Wait, so is this
pedophile
him?
charges.
No.
Does
That
he
looks
look
like
like
the
a
Mad
fucking
TV logo.
That does look like the Mad TV logo.
It's more like Sad TV, am I right? But no, but here's the thing. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know if he's like a baseball player, like a bowler or something. Like I don't know what the fuck.
I thought that's the right photo because I'm seeing something different. I think he put
Josh Duggar is
He put Josh
celebrity.
Duggar.
Oh, shut the God, Alan! Shut the fuck up.
It's
Shut
okay.
the.
It's okay. I know Jeff's not here, so it's hard to read.
Oh, you motherfucker.
Coming from the guy that can't spell, and you can't laugh either.
Yeah,
I'm
but
Yeah,
not
how
gonna
dare
read
you
that.
laugh, fucking ganja?
Like that, ready?
By
Your
the way,
grammar's terrible.
how the fuck? How do
Yeah.
you spell his name? Okay.
Just put a D for fuck's sake.
No,
That's
but
what
he put Duggar
D's
with an
mean.
ER.
D-A-R,
Just
Duggar.
Duggar. That's his fucking name.
Yes.
Stupid idiot guy. Anyways, what does fucking Prevert do? Let me see. He waged child porn trial. But what did he do beforehand? Why is this important?
Yeah, what video games did he make?
Former
Randy
reality
Pitts was
TV star.
asking.
I think he was on the Duggars. That was a show about all that one family that had a bunch of fucking kids.
Oh, really? Okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Alan, you say that as a joke, but there's a lot of people out there who would agree with you.
Oh
It
yeah.
happens a lot in the makeup community.
By the
So-
way,
Oh, people
Kirk, you're the shit.
people defending pedophiles is some of the worst shit in the world. And yes, I'm talking about the Catholic Church.
Yeah. And I got nothing else to say other than just Kirk made a really good pun, and I don't want to ruin that with talking about all the realities of child abuse.
The pun is terrible.
He said he dug
How
himself
about-
into a hole, and I think that's pretty hilarious.
How about I'm tired of people excusing pedophilia in the movie business
Ooh.
and in the movie industry?
And
All right, so I'm gonna get some wine. Y'all continue on.
I agree with Lesion though. James Charles is a pedo because he is literally on camera
Yep.
admitting that he would go for the youngest of the young. Like 16, 17, 18.
The
And he's
youngest
like
of the
20
fucking
something.
young.
Dude, I always thought Team Rocket was evil, but James doing that is pretty fucked up.
I mean, he's trying to blast off again too.
Fuck James Charles.
Me too. And Charles. James and Charles. Two fucking perverts in one body. It's ridiculous.
It's one person.
Oh, okay. Oh, shit. Yeah, okay, can I put... I'm gonna... Okay. This is not be another
where
rant.
could you possibly go with this?
I hate
more.
pedophiles. I just gotta admit that.
Okay.
No, I'm just playing.
good.
No, I mean, I hate
Wait,
them,
what?
but that's not what I was gonna say.
Wait,
I was gonna
what?
say something else. I was gonna say something
Oh,
else.
he goes, I hate pedophiles. I'm just kidding.
No,
What?
I'm just kidding about that was what I was gonna say. Fuck you. I need to think about these things first.
Yeah,
No.
a little bit. That might help.
Jesus Christ.
Well, he's talking about fucking soup earlier. I'm thinking of ramen. I can't wait to end the fucking show so I can eat. I'm fucking starving. I'm fat. Titties. So, anyways, the thing I wanted to say.
Jalen Diaz.
No, but what I wanted to bring up though was something. So it doesn't matter anymore. Moving on.
Okay.
It was gonna be a rant. What was the rant
Oh,
about?
here's a rant. Well, it's not gonna be a rant, but like I just want to say, people with like a first name and then like a first name as a last name, like James Charles. I hate motherfuckers like that. Like every person I've ever met that has a first name for a fucking last name, you have been so annoying. I've never met one dude who doesn't act like a fucking asshole who has.
Oh,
a
Jake,
first
for
name.
future reference, the term is having two first names.
Okay.
Yeah, those do two first names. Like
Well, 'cause I'm
a
wondering,
ballad
like,
of Ricky
have you ever
Bobby.
met like a Rodriguez, but is his first name? Like that'd be funny. Like my name's Rodriguez Rick.
Have you? I mean, you watch Will Ferrell movies. You ever watch Ricky Bobby, the race car one?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Yeah, the race car's like he has three first names or two first names or something like that. Like that's the term for if you ever do this rant again, it's not like a first name. It's not whatever you said. It's two first names because that shit like it doesn't bother me, but like I kind of see your point.
Okay, so Roxy, is there any last name that you think would work as a first name? I know it's a loaded question, but you know we got the Jeopardy theme song playing in our heads.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, it doesn't necessarily fit, but I would like it as a first name.
What?
A lot of Hispanic last names, but Gutierrez.
Gutierrez, yes.
Look, you can legally change your name at any point in your life.
No, you're right.
I want my last name to also be my first name.
Shakazine.
You goddamn right.
Check it out.
I want people to put time and effort into that shit.
You should have the beginning of your first name be your first and middle, but then have the full name be your last name. So it's like Shikazine. It's like
Okay, anyway, what's the chat saying?
I'm gonna say no on that one, but okay.
I like how everyone was like excited that Alan like said something dumb, and then I say something dumb, and then it's like he's dumb. Like,
okay,
yeah, but we're used to.
Nick is the best.
Stop.
Well, the thing is, Nick, we're used to you saying dumb shit.
Attack.
Thank you.
I heard you had the biggest schmeat too.
Don't give him that.
Nope.
I'm gonna tell Jet, or well, no.
What are you gonna tell Jet?
What are you gonna tell Jet?
I was gonna reaffirm to have a big.
They made fun of me for having a big dick. I think I'm not sure how this conversation went.
Okay, let's be realistic. We all know Jet has the fattest dick.
I don't need to. We don't have to discuss this.
She literally broke my statue. I have statues.
I don't need. What does that mean?
Jet has a big pee-pee. Jet has big pee-pee energy.
So, Alan.
Do we have another topic?
So, Alan, really quick, like, so men had these things. They're called dicks, but people.
No, what the fuck? He destroyed your statues. Like she went.
You know, you can break them.
Yeah, no, you can break a pee-pee because it's a bone. So it essentially.
Not a bone.
No.
Oh.
Boners aren't like
Nick,
your pee-pee is not made out of a bone.
Oh man!
Then what the fuck is a boner then?
Bro,
so how does it get hard?
Between this conversation and the other conversation we
gets
had
hard.
off air, oh
it gets
man!
hard when you get aroused, but the penis is made of 3 spongy columns that fill up with blood.
Well,
that's how it
how am I
rises
supposed
up.
to know that? Why would I look that up? I hate dicks.
Man, Nick, I could kill your whole career right now, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to. I'll tell you
Yes, I have seen so many pee-pees in my entire fucking life. From my line of work.
Lord.
I've seen so many fucking pee-pees.
37.
So I should know how a pee-pee works.
Oh, Lord. I fucking love
the background
it.
information.
No, Nick, as soon as the show ends,
industry.
Okay.
I saved your life right now.
They're gonna go to the double toast chat. Yo, they're talking about how much they love pee-pee, bro.
It's slightly less weird than fucking cows.
He doesn't mean like actually having sex with cows. He's just saying like
that's
what
that's what you mean.
I'm just saying I'm gonna use the
pee-pee.
The convenience of not having commas. That's perfect. Like so yeah, or any kind of punctuation. It's just like those fucking cows, but not the fucking of the
Please
cows.
tell me we have another topic.
Okay, Alan, I got a question for you. Would you fuck a cow?
No.
Or is there a different animal you would like consider
no,
fucking?
really quick, Alan. I know you're gonna say no because he's a square.
He's a normal person.
He's scared.
Yeah, I know he's a square.
Scared. Okay, buddy. Okay, Nick's so brave. He's gonna commit bestiality.
Okay.
Well, I want to do anything illegal.
What's something you wouldn't put your pee-pee in?
I mean, a cow.
A Cheerio.
Any animal.
Yeah. Well,
that's a pretty easy series of questions.
Well, honestly, we're all animals, dude.
Oh my fucking god.
Really? Okay, you don't see that?
Aren't
you an astrologist
or
a biologist?
I'm not acknowledging that. I'm not acknowledging that. I'm not giving a response to that fucking statement.
See, but that's the thing, guys. He doesn't want to respond because he
Why not?
Animals. He wants to fuck them.
No, that's what he's trying to go for. Well, we're all animals anyway, so you might as well put your dick in this cat.
No.
What?
You're doing good, Alan. Resist.
Nick says the dumbest shit sometimes, but until he gets out of that hole, he keep digging it out, and his version of getting out of the hole is making me look stupid. So he'll just keep going until I have to say something stupid and I feel bad for him.
And he doesn't want to continue, guys, because he knows that me waiting for that patiently as I continue making myself dumb, if we give it enough time, he will.
If I feel bad for him, and I'll somehow trip over something that he'll use to catapult himself out of it.
Just put your pee-pee in the hole. Just put your pee-pee in the hole. That way you have nothing to trip over. It's easy.
There you go.
I'm not fucking the planet Earth.
I also trip on
We all are, technically.
Yeah. Gene says Nick starts the hole, but Alan belly flops in it.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Don't say pretty much that. That sounds weird as shit. Like, what the fuck?
What? Belly flops a fucking...
Alan belly flops into any hole, confirmed.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. I mean, yeah.
Wow, we just... I just won. I don't even know how I stumbled
well,
upon
I apologize, Daryl or Daryl. I apologize.
That's the girl, dude. It's Daryl McCoy. You're saying, hey, what's up, Darrell?
I'm sorry,
dude, hey, gender neutral terms.
I'm sorry, Mr.
Look, I don't know what you walked into here.
Oh, funny. Hey, Daryl. Thank you for
that
joining.
Daryl. Look, no, because the thing is, I didn't see the A, the second A. I saw the first. Oh yeah, it's Daryl. Oh, Daryl. My bad.
Hey, Daryl McCoy.
Look, your name is Daryl. Okay, I'm pulling a Nick. No, I'm gonna tell you what your name is. Your name is Daryl now.
See, no, but I do that out of love. That's like creating like a term of endearment, and I'm just like, your name's
Oh,
now
fuck
Bob.
off.
So.
How is that a term of endearment? Just like, oh hey, what's up, hole fucker?
Exactly, yeah. That's Alan. You're pretty shitty for doing that, man. I'm gonna be honest.
What?
Like, yeah, it's really rude. You know, calling this
You're
person
really
Daryl, as opposed to their name. But anyways, no, we did have a topic though.
What's up?
There's a few. This will be kind of a lull in the conversation. If you guys want to go chill and go do something else, you guys can. But I just want to do 3 things very, very quickly. One, I want to talk about this Ellen DeGeneres thing. Apparently, she's ending her show. She said here that she was already planning on ending her show. But, like, I don't think that's the case. I think clearly this is because she said some Nick Diaz shit on her fucking behind the scenes. You know, she was treating her employees
Did you
bad.
say she said some Nick Diaz shit?
Yeah, she was doing because I insult you guys and I say like mean things to y'all and like that's what she did to her staff. You know, the whole thing. You don't remember that?
So we should sue you and take the chat tech from you. Got it.
Yeah, take all fucking $0 I've earned. Well, I mean, I've earned more than $0.
No, you still owe me that $10 for twerking.
Clip that. Somebody please clip that.
I've been clipping us
Was
all
that
night.
a private show, public? You might want to give a little more information than just
That's
that.
the best
But there, half the chat was there.
It just straight up goes. You owe me $10 for twerking. Remember that night? That shit was special.
It was in the moonlight.
Working what?
No, the hype train from like a month ago.
You mean
They
the
never
hype
gave you
back?
that money.
No.
I mean, you did shake that back, so
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
I never saw that money.
that wasn't called twerk. That was called work.
Yeah, which you did none of it. So
Oh,
pay
I'm
me for
sorry.
my work.
Okay, just to let you know, my ass is always jiggling. Anyways, no. So the thing is about Ellen DeGeneres, though. I will say that you know it's. I felt a little bothered by hearing the news because I already lost my Conan O'Brien. Fucking like I think his last show is sometime this month or maybe it already just happened. But like really sucks that that's going on. And then like this happening, it's like damn. Like I think and I don't see any replacements here too. So it's like. What's next? Are we only gonna have fucking like Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, and fucking Trevor Noah? Like I don't want that shit. Like it's weird to me. But what do you feel about this ganja?
God, I hope fucking not. The only one that was decent on the list is Trevor Noah, and that's because he's getting better with time. But everyone else still fucking doing shit from fucking 2004.
Yeah, especially Jimmy Fallon. Can someone? Why the fuck is he like famous? Like I don't understand why this guy's terrible.
I think he fucked somebody very important. I really don't know. This man was the suckiest thing in Saturday Night Live. He was so bad that Family Guy felt like they can come after him very dustfully.
Yeah. But no, I cannot fucking stand that guy. Jimmy Kimmel kind of like, but he is starting to get boring, and it is what it is. But he's enjoying himself. I kind of like it too. But yeah, it's just Ellen being gone. I mean, Roxy, did you ever like Ellen? I can't imagine that you were like a big watcher of her shit or whatever.
I mean, sometimes she was on when I went to the dentist or the doctor's office. So just to keep myself busy if I like didn't want to waste all my battery on my phone, I check it out. But I know she's not going to be entirely gone off the air because she is having a new show come out soon where like it's like a home building show basically. So a bunch of people compete and whoever builds like the best dick or whatever, or in her case, pussy, whoever builds the best pussy gets like $5,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
But
That's a good concept
I'm
for
pretty.
a store, by the way. Like it's a build a bear, build a pussy. I would like.
Yeah, build a pussy by Ellen.
Yeah.
What?
That's how you do it. And then Alan just builds himself.
I'm pretty happy her show's gonna be off the air, honestly. There's a couple clips of her being extremely shitty to people. Like there was one certain skit that never like escapes my mind. So there was one skit where basically they have like a table full of free merch and it says pick one. This lady got excited. She's like, oh, I'm going to the Ellen show. Like I want to get all my stuff and have memories and shit. So she grabbed 2 things instead of one. Ellen caught her on camera, humiliated her in front of Americans all around the fucking America land, and then proceeded to punish her by putting her in like a makeshift jail and call her fat and just make fun of her like, you broke bitch. Why are you stealing shit? Don't you have any morals, you fat bitch?
Yeah,
that's fucking shitty.
Yeah.
And she's done worse.
Under the guise of it being a show too, which is it's like, oh well, like it's on here, so we can say whatever the fuck we want. Which I'm gonna be honest, I do that here. Like I'll just talk shit. I just fucked with Alan for fucking 20 minutes. But like, I feel like with Alan doing it, like for us, I think I'm pretty out there. Like, hey, I'm an asshole. I've always been an asshole. I'm not going to change. And there's other like comedians who've done that. Not to defend any Louis C.K. shit, because what he did was wrong no matter fucking what. But it's like there's something there that makes people able to forgive them. Ellen is always saying like, I'm a nice person. Look under your chair. Gifts for everybody. I'm great. I'm great. I'm great. Love, love, love. Happy, happy. So to find out she's a bitch, it's like it's almost unforgettable. It's like every time I see that face, it's like what shitty comment is running through that fucking head of yours. You know
I'm not surprised, honestly.
Yeah, and I mean, I shouldn't have been, but I was surprised. Alan, how much do you know about Ellen DeGeneres?
Well, not much, except for the fact that I never ever found it funny. I think she's one of the worst comedians that has ever been out there. Literally, I would try to watch her stand up, and I would try my best to laugh because she just had this weird like I'm gonna rip off Jerry Seinfeld and try to do this everyman comedy and just fail at it every goddamn time because none of her jokes land. She has no idea what comedic timing is, and I was just like, she's not gonna go anywhere. So she ends up getting a television show and just exemplifying all of white Hollywood, where I'm just gonna pretend to be a good person by giving gifts and giving like spots to minorities, or pretending to, and then just basically reaping all the benefits of basically a world without Oprah. She was just ripping off Oprah because Oprah was coming to an end. She was just filling in that spot that Dr. Phil basically couldn't do anymore and pretending to help people just while getting rich. And she used the guise of her sexuality as a way to kind of differentiate herself from a lot of the talk hosts, but essentially just exploited the LGBT community to get her own gains. And you see that from behind the scenes about how badly she treated people, how badly she treated people that she was with, how badly she treated her.
Joint, fuck.
Yeah,
Just
so no,
like
a little
Nikita
bit.
Dragon. Nikita Dragon is super guilty of that.
Yeah,
The fact that she still has a show to me blows my mind. Like, fucking Eric Andre should take over a show as a joke. It'd be hilarious.
Actually, that would be pretty funny.
That was a running thing for a while, where they were like saying we're gonna keep the Ellen show going, but we're gonna change up the host, like basically do a Daily Show type thing. And it's like, oh, get Eric Andre to take over because he does his own like comedy host show.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I mean, I guess there's really not much else to say other than the fact that like I think Alan pretty much hit on the head as well as Roxy, where it's like, yeah, this girl's a fucking bitch. It sucks whatever she done here. Me, I mean, I'm not saying I'm more forgiving than anything. It's just I was actually legitimately a fan of hers when she did comedy back in like 1996, 1998. When I was a kid, I thought it was funny. I didn't know too much about Jerry Seinfeld or any other clean comedian, so when I heard her do shit, like one of my favorite bits she's ever done was one about essentially like when you know those commercials with medicine and it's like it helps you do this thing, and there's like 20 other bad things. I felt like the way she would do jokes about that, where she would have like very sarcastic shit going on, and she was able to cuss. But it wasn't as great as what Seinfeld does, but you always kind of want Seinfeld to just go that one step where he says goddamn or fuck or shit or something. And Alan was that person to do it. So it's like, to Alan's point, it's like, yeah, she did try to be the everyman comedian, but she just took it just one little bit further.
Yeah, but again, what made Jerry Seinfeld interesting and prolific was he can do that he can make you laugh without having the need to go to something either darker or using a harsher language. He still was able to make you laugh. But like with other people, it's like either they go so far into it where they can only do R-rated stuff. But with Ellen, is like she was just like, let me just do everything Jerry's doing, but I'm gonna basically just start ripping out other comedians. Like her and Amy Schumer are not that different, except Amy Schumer just goes way more into the sex comedy because she's like, well, I got to be different than Ellen. Like Ellen to me has never been funny, ever. I've never once laughed at a single joke she's ever fucking done. And the fact that she got a TV show is like one of the most popular things ever blows my fucking mind.
But no, well, I'm glad we pretty much touched on that. I mean, it's just, I talked about it earlier on today's DT editing show, and I didn't know what else to say other than like, whoa, yikes. So, yeah, I mean, I'm really glad I asked you guys about that, too. One big thing that I have I can't talk about this intelligently. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't even know why this is possible, why it's happening, but apparently Adult Swim has ordered 3 Adventure Bros, or not Adventure Bros, but like 3 movies. One being
really good.
Yeah.
Okay. It was the contention what was happening with the Venture Bros, because I heard they're getting canceled, but they're like behind the scenes, like no, guys, we're working something out. We're trying to get a deal to get some more shit out.
Please don't shit on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you feeling about this, Ogandra? Because like apparently like these are gonna go straight to Blu-ray, or no, it's gonna be a 90-day exclusive window for like their website or whatever the fuck, and then it's gonna go straight to
It
Blu-ray.
sounds like I have a good reason now to get back into Venture Bros. Were you a fan of the series, babe?
Yep.
Perfect.
I was a big fan of Venture Bros. I was a huge fan of Metalocalypse, and the third one was Aqua Teen Hunger Force, right?
Mm-hmm.
Huge fan of all fucking 3 of them. I love them, and I'm really fucking excited that the movies are coming out.
Yeah, apparently somewhat soon. I think. Let me see if it says over here. Let me actually show it on fucking screen. Okay, it doesn't say anything, but yeah, I mean, on demand, on Blu-ray, whatever, 90-day exclusive window, and then it'll make its way to HBO Max and Adult Swim's thing. So that's cool.
Makes sense.
they're going the right way about it too, because if this was gonna have a theatrical release, I don't think it was gonna be like the fucking comedy Mugen Train.
Oh, they would never have like they would always keep it like a DVD, but they also know it's like, look, people aren't gonna go out and buy stuff. People aren't gonna do that, so they're like, we're gonna make it so, because there are people that buy physical copies and they're gonna want that, but then they're also gonna want people that I just want to watch it. Give me an access to watch it. Oh, hey, a couple of 3 months, it's on fucking on whatever streaming service we choose. And usually when you do that, it's like, look, we want to gauge how popular the show is. If you get a little bit, it's like, okay, cool, you get some profits, whatever. If it becomes this gigantic, like, holy shit, we sold 20 million fucking copies, this was the most trending thing for weeks, they'll be like, you know what, we'll give you another season, 2 seasons, we'll order you some new stuff. But like with Aqua Teen Hunger Force, it's been a long time since they've had a show, so this might be a situation where they want to do a revival, sequel series, but they want to gauge popularity. So we'll give you the money you need to make a movie. If it works out, then it works out. I think they're doing a Beavis and Butthead. Aren't they doing like a movie or something? So
they're doing a Beavis and Butthead thing too.
Yeah.
That's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Because you don't know, like, people talk about that shit, but you're like, how much money is it really gonna bring us? So it's like, okay, let's give you a movie and we'll go from there.
Yeah. But no, I'm curious. We'll see what happens with these. For me personally, I'm down to like watch Aqua Teen Hunger Force people again, or like maybe binge with that shit. But I've never watched anything from the other two, so it's like I don't really understand if it's gonna be that great or not. But I have faith in Roxy and Ganja, and them. They say it's good, and I was wrong about Shrek. So y'all motherfuckers got me. Roxy's got me a couple times too, because she got me on
Good Burger.
Good Burger. Yeah, that fucking bullshit. Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't believe
you loved it though. The
did.
thing is, I watched your face when me and Jet sat down to watch it. I looked at the screen, then I looked over at you, and I could see you smirking a little bit. But then there were certain points where I saw you your eyebrows fucking dropped, and you just got fucking mad. You shook your head, and I'm like, I knew I got this bitch. I got him right here.
No,
and then you and Jet like started cracking slowly, and I'm like, I knew it. We got him. This is it. It's a wrap.
Son of a bitch, we got him.
Yeah, dude. No, I can't. I wear my emotions on my face way too much. So like, if I'm enjoying something, I'm just like, fuck, funny. God damn it. So
it's terrible for me to hide when I'm like irritated, mad, pissed off, whatever. My face is super expressive.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what's gonna happen with those particular properties and whatnot. So we'll see what Adult Swim does with them. I'm loving Adult Swim just in general. They got lots of shit going on. Like their partnership with HBO Max is actually pretty cool too. You can actually watch Primal. That's on there right now, and a bunch of other shit.
That's
so,
good.
Yeah, pretty cool. Now, moving on. It's time for some fucking reviews. We're going to do just one review, and then we're going to get out of here, guys.
Right.
But this one, this is War Dogs. So 5 years ago, this movie came out, and Double Toaster reviewed it. And right away, I thought this was going to be one of those, like, fucking Air Bud movies, and, like, maybe one of the dogs plus a bandana. And has
Air Bud goes to Vietnam.
Dude, that's what I thought. I literally thought, because it's called War Dogs, so I'm just thinking, like, man, what is this silly shit? Like, he's going to put on a bandana, has some has more comprehensible dialogue than fucking Rambo ever would. Mows down some little Eastern
Congratulations, sir.
people.
You gave this movie more purpose than it actually has.
Look, the inevitable Air Bud goes to Vietnam or goes to the Iraq War is the movie we need to see.
We really need, like, Air Bud.
He's done everything: hockey, football, like soccer. Oh, what else did he fucking do? Tennis? Did he do tennis?
Yeah.
I don't know. Did he?
What would the
leave
title
that?
be then?
Like, like Air Bud in Arms? Like Brothers in Arms? I don't know. Like, fuck.
Air Bud rocks. I ride.
War Buds.
Radical.
Yeah. War Buds. Oh my god, that's a great name. War Buds.
That's it. That's it. That's the money making right there.
He goes to fucking Iraq and he meets up with like another war dog there, and then they just like basically have the war dog adventures where they just help like get IEDs and shit.
That's the money shot right there, Alan. Film it.
No, can you do it? Can you do what you did earlier, Roxanne? Right there.
Right there.
Right there. Call up Nelly to do the fucking like song for the trailer.
Right there, right there.
That's just
my
Air
dog
Bud with
right
the
there.
fucking like I almost said bandana. Fuck, Band-Aid on his face.
That was the dumbest gimmick, man. I know we're about to review this movie, but that gimmick with the Band-Aid was always so stupid. He's like, I need people to pay attention to me, so I can put the shitty Band-Aid there that ended up being nothing.
It was better than what fucking Ludacris did with that goddamn fucking
what?
What was that movie? Jack Perry or what's it called?
Jack Perry.
John Henry.
Jack Perry. Yeah, but that was for a movie. Like, part of Nelly's career was the Band-Aid on his face.
Yeah, that sounds
like he made that as a gimmick.
Band-Aid, Alan. Band-Aid.
What did I say?
You said bandana like me.
Oh my, whatever. I learned it from you.
I learned it by watching you.
But no, but like I really did expect like this movie to be silly like that and shit too. But I didn't want to watch it because I don't watch ironic shit like that. Like I don't watch bad movies on purpose or whatever. But yeah, this was slightly not even on my radar because of that until I got bored one day and watched a bunch of like old DT reviews and came across this and was like, oh shit, like Jonah Hill in a serious role and Miles Teller isn't extremely annoying. Like he is.
Miles Teller's actually trying to act. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's fucking crazy. He's like, I can't believe this actor can act, or at least is attempting to. But the biggest shocker to me was basically just like all these dudes kind of like this is not just like this movie like, oh, these guys go through this whole situation happening with the war, the military, whatever the fuck. It was like, no, like this is like a business movie, a dramatic movie. All this shit's going on. It's chaotic. And it was also a big shocker to me that this was directed by Todd Phillips, who is the guy behind the Hangover movies, and of course the man who was behind.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh man, that guy can actually direct. Holy shit.
Yeah, because obviously, and recently he did the Joker. Now, granted, I mean, I found out long before the Joker was even talked about. I found out long before that this Todd Phillips did this movie, so I didn't have any expectations. Like the only thing that Phillips did before this was Limitless, and he was just a producer. He didn't like direct or anything.
Oh, that movie sucks.
Well, no, it's a show. I remember it was a show.
Oh wow, the show too. That show got canceled.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, there's so many good shit that gets canceled. Fucking, I don't want to get into that whole
okay.
thing. But like, I really only seen this dude do like college humor, frat stuff, drinking, all that kind of bullshit. So basically, and I mean, Alan could probably correct anything I'm gonna get wrong here, but the synopsis centers around Miles Teller, which his character is named David, but we're gonna refer to him as Miles Teller throughout this whole review because who in the fuck's gonna remember his name is David?
Goddamn
Definitely not me. And his best friend Ephraim, played by Jonah Hill. He's in the movie too. So Miles Teller is basically a masseur. I think that's what you call like a male masseuse guy, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, he basically gives massage to the rich and famous because, and it's a good job, like $75 an hour. Like he basically like, but he hates it, but it's like, yeah, it's a decent job in LA.
But once you get to a point though where like a guy takes his towel off and he's like, yeah, massage this cock. It's like, oh fuck, like can't do that shit.
So I can't do that, sir.
Well,
hey man, you got to pay the bills. You do whatever it takes.
And they
he did it.
Well, they don't show it, but it's like it's alluded to like, yeah, my job sucks, but my hands are filthy rich, as filthy as his penis, whatever the fuck. So it is what it is. But since he has access to all these gross ass sheets from these fucking disgusting ass jerking off people, he starts selling them almost like a dude like that's part of a fucking like pyramid scheme. Like his whole house is filled with all these fucking sheets, whatever. And his girl is basically she gets pregnant, she's trying to hold her own, dealing with all this shit that Miles is putting her through. And after going to a funeral, he meets up with Jonah Hill, who he hasn't seen in forever. And Jonah is a big ballin', money waving, just fucking. I mean, he looks like he's doing good for himself. But even that's kind of a lie too, because essentially what he finds out is like, oh yeah, like I'm formal, I have like this really good job, and I sell things or whatever. But you go to his fucking office, quote unquote, and you find out that his office is just his apartment room, and nothing's going on there. And he drives him on this big ass fucking thing. So. For me personally, man, did you have any? Because me, I didn't have any. I mean, I talked all this shit earlier. I didn't have any expectations. How about you? Did you have any expectations for this?
And honestly, I expected the movie to be terrible because I really don't think Miles Teller is that good of an actor. I think he just happened to land really lucky roles, but he always has this face of like, I'm not going to emote at all in any way, shape, or form throughout the entire thing. He has that same face. You see in the trailer, that same face in every fucking movie.
Always worried. So,
not worried looking, just kind of bored. I mean, I guess I could care, but I probably won't.
Dude,
like
Alan
that's
said it perfectly. Look at this face right here. Alan's talking about like that's fucking.
Like, I'm kind of bored. I don't really care. I guess Jonah Hill's doing the exact same face there, but that's because he's high as shit. Mm-hmm. But like Jonah Hill, like I was like, well, Jonah Hill, I generally like in movies, like Superbad, check out Wolf of Wall Street, which I feel like this is a prequel to, like, like all the like he's generally really good in movies. So I'm like, maybe this will be good. I heard decent things. I didn't hear bad things. I heard decent things. So walking in, I'm just like, I wonder what this, because I didn't know what the movie's about. I knew that they were selling weapons, and that was about it. That's all I knew.
Yeah, and we should probably talk about that too, because essentially what happens is, he finds out that the job that Jonah Hill is doing is essentially selling, weapons and stuff like a stock market to the military, to the American military, and that's essentially what War Dog is. Now, War Dogs are guys that will buy at a low price, obviously, weaponry from countries, militias, or armies from people that are legally America cannot buy from. So, they'll either be at war with them or there'll be some other particular reason we don't fucking know why they can't do any business with them.
They act as a middleman. Basically, country A is making a bunch of night vision goggles. They made so much of them. Some manufacturer, some guy in America needs a bunch of them. They're like, oh, hey, we found them for $100. We're going to sell to you for $400. and you pocket the difference. Basically, they play the middleman to a lot of the guns and weapons and accessories that you need for the war.
And particularly, you would think, or as per typical, you would see a situation where it's like, oh, well, that's good and that makes sense, and maybe we're just kind of beating everybody else to the punch of doing that, whatever. But like, no, the reason why other people do not do this is because it's not a really fun thing when you can't get shipping right, because you're buying something from Italy to sell it at American price to the military, but they need that shit now, and you're shipping from one place to the filter spot, the filter source or filter location, and then to American. It's like, it's dumb. So these military guys are like, yo, like, we need this shit. And by the way, like, these guns better be top fucking quality. Where are you getting them from? And that becomes a huge issue too, where it's like, I don't know if that bothered you, Alan, where you're like, wait, like, these guys are grown men. Why didn't they like factor that into this whole process? Like, that's kind of stupid. These guys are war dogs.
Well, not necessarily, because as he explains, one of the things I love about this movie is they basically explain, like, why doesn't everybody do this? It's like, yeah, you have the big military guys, the guys that get the $billion contracts, tanks, and all that big shit. But the little things of like, oh, hey, we need like 50 guns for this one random part in this one area. That'll get us like $50K for that, but that's one small little job. The reason that they're able to kind of get the money there is there's so many tiny little orders. It'd be the equivalent of you running you looking for this random bakery is looking for bread. There's a small bakery, mom and pop shop. The fucking big guys, Walmart's not going to sit there and supply some mom and pop shop. But like, you're like, oh, I know where to get grain really cheap. I can get you guys what you need to make your bread. Oh, you're going to pay me to be the middleman. So they look on the government website, which is all public, and they look for these really small contracts that'll net them some money. And then they go and they look around the world to be like, who's going to do what? So it's like, they're basically just playing like the fucking numbers game and just like connecting people to other people and taking the little money off that. And it ends up being incredibly viable because they go into excessive detail, and I loved it.
Yeah, I really like that too. One thing that made me really enjoy this as well is just, I think watching the movie, I really did start to feel like I was in it. Like, I saw myself in Jonah Hill, but I also saw myself, like, and saw my own desperation, like, in
well, one thing we didn't mention, this is based on, like, we're not sure exactly how true the story is, but this is based on two people. Like, this is a lot of the events actually happened. Now, how true are they? No idea, but, like, this idea is like, hey, two idiots from LA basically managed to get enough capital to cause enough problems around the world.
Yeah. No, you're right, and that's something that I do appreciate here too. But I also feel like, because this could have been boring. This could have been a very, very serious, I guess not biopic, but whatever the fuck. But like, there's some very like typical college shit in here, like college dialogue, broing going on here, and I think it's really because of Todd Phillips. Because I also think that he does a good job with every bit of comedy. That's just being enough of, it's just barely being enough levity to transition another problem from another problem or to another defeat. But it's not like. It's not bumming me out as a viewer, because it's like, well, there's so many jokes here that shit that could be extremely serious. Like, I mean, dude, like there's parts where like they're fighting, like, as a couple, Miles Teller and his wife, and all the shit's going on over here, and she's pregnant. There's a lot of stuff happening here that I think that in any other movie, like, I mean, I'll bring up another Todd Phillips movie, Joker, where it's like it'd be miserable the entire way through. Like, if something bad happens and then the sad music's playing, he's walking through the alley, it's like this is kind of a fucking bummer. I want to watch this. But in here, it's like there's enough jokes going on that I don't feel the length of the movie, and I also don't feel the weight of all the problems, even though there's a big fucking problem happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It plays it like, you see the typical kind of stuff about Wolf of Wall Street for a reason, the whole rise and fall motif. But with this, it's like what you expect to be the rise, what you expect to be the fall, doesn't really happen. It plays into a lot of stuff to bring it early in the movie. It's a pretty well done, connected narrative that it's a fun adventure ride where you're just like, this is kind of nuts that like all of this was legal. Like, not a single, they never, like, except for some stuff near the end, they didn't really ever commit any crimes. They were doing legal stuff, but because they were charismatic and they had a good intelligence to them and they worked well as a team, they went from being regular dudes to being something important in this game. And and its entire thing is a criticism essentially of the overspending of the U.S. military. That's the entire, like, the premise of this movie is that the entire war is basically just to justify the industry that creates the weapons for the war. So America wants to always be in this endless war so that it could keep basically manufacturing stuff for that, because they make money off that too. They people jobs and taxes and all that stuff. But they blow up in this bullshit attempt at freedom. And it's like, the movie doesn't shy away from that. It actively talks shit about the military and what ends up happening. These guys are like, yeah, fuck it. It's all going to hell anyway. Let's make our bag.
Yeah. And one thing you said earlier, about this being fun. I mean, this reminds me, like, when we're talking about Twister and whatnot, because I am going to say that this movie is straight up fun. I had fun with knowing,
Oh yeah.
that this shit was like, I mean, I had fun with just like the periodic success of certain things, and then I didn't feel bad when like shit actually went down. I like the fucking over the government, but finding a way to cheat the system. I like the side characters.
Matt, I guess in the Facebook chat brings up an interesting point. Have you seen the movie Lord of War?
I have not, but I saw the intro to that movie, and I fucking love that intro. The opening.
It's the same idea where basically this guy's legitimately a weapons dealer, but it's the same idea where it's like he goes to the countries, he gets the weapons, and then he flies them on a plane to wherever they need to fucking go. And it's like same kind of idea of like dealing with the government and how the war is just to basically justify its own production. Like it is say it's the best Nick Cage movie. Yeah, it is. It's because like he goes kind of nuts, but it's still a legitimately good movie. It's not like, oh, it's only good because he goes nuts. It's a legitimately interesting movie about like this idea of the war game and war profits. Like it's a same thing with this is where it's like, yeah, it's criticizing the U.S.'s involvement in these countries simply for their own existence.
Yeah. No, I do want to watch that at some point too, and I'm a Nicolas Cage fan. I actually like him a lot. But speaking of just, because I brought up like the side characters and everything, and I like the sergeant major that was going on, the guy that was at the military or whatever. I like Miles Teller's girlfriend, but I think that like an operation this big, not having any other characters aside from the two that we mentioned, the wife and everything, I think that was kind of like a lazy thing a little bit. Like I think that it led to a very easy movie to make because this didn't have to juggle a lot. I mean, it was literally at a point where like if you grab every piece of screen time from Teller's girlfriend and the sergeant and combine them, you're not gonna get more than 12 minutes of that shit. It was just Jonah Hill and Miles Teller the entire time, and I've seen Phillips do better than this with other movies, so this kind of sticks out like a sore.
Yeah, but I've also seen him do worse within the same franchise. So it's like at the end of the day, if you're just gonna focus on just two characters, make them interesting, and they did. Like the thing is, it's like the wife character was actually extremely interesting for most of it, but it's like you don't really get to see a lot of that. But like with everybody else, like they basically everyone that showed up on screen used their time wisely, used their time as much as they needed to. But yeah, the focus is on the two guys, but it works. They hold up the entire movie, and as they should, they're the main characters. A situation like the fucking second or third Hangover movie, where the second Hangover movie was really only reliant on was his name Chang? Yeah. His entire joke of him just being a crazy Asian guy, and the movie just falls apart.
Yeah, he's literally, like, I don't mean tool as in total fool, I mean, like, literally an object. Like, he was a tool to, like, screw in the fucking screws to get that movie a movie. I mean, it was just, yeah, like, none of the comedy worked because it was, like, obvious. It was like I'm reading the script. Like, hey, go do a crazy thing. Okay, now it's time to move.
Yeah, but and it wasn't even interesting or good. So it's like it ends up being a situation where it's like, yeah, he's might have done better, but he's also done way, way fucking worse. Yeah. So it's like I'll take a situation where it's like, hey, the people we need to focus on are the best people. It's like, okay, good, do that. You get to see their personalities. You get to see why they work well together. You get to see how it's like you have the idea guy versus the practicality guy. Like they run a business fairly well. The only reason is because of just greed fucks them over.
Yeah, but I guess overall, I think this movie obviously didn't age. It's only been like fucking 5 years, but it's a movie that's good to watch with friends. It can stir up conversations, imaginations, but it's also something that I think makes it fun to get an education about how our system can be a little fucked up, and I appreciate that. So for me, this is definitely a 4 out of 5. It's nothing super amazing where it's like, yo, remember that movie, blah, blah, but it's like, you'll see this brought up like in other reviews for other movies or whatever, and you'll be like, oh yeah, that was good. And yeah, I mean, for me, I love movies like that. I like movies that don't overstay their welcome. It was cool for a week. Everyone moved on. I haven't. War Dogs is shit. 4 out of 5. Alan, what do you think?
Yeah, 4 out of 5. This is one of those movies that's extremely entertaining. It has a conversation. It has a message of like, yeah, this shit's super fucked up. Man, I swear to fucking God, every single time with that guy's ass, it's just like I saw it like 15 times in this fucking movie.
You love that ass.
And the thing is, I'm watching the stream too, so I'm also seeing it again.
No, I'm sorry, man.
It's like every time I look around, I see that dude's ass.
Everywhere I go,
there.
Same ass to show.
God. Any fucking way. It has an interesting message. It has a complex discussion. It gallivants across the world. It showcases just the uniqueness. It's not just, oh, they're the same people. It's like, no, they're very unique in their skill set and how they work together. It's not like a situation where it's like, oh, it's all the main guy we're following. If it wasn't for him, it's like, no. They work well together, and you see how they need each other to keep this going. And it's like, it's a very interesting movie. And also, yeah, watch it with whoever your best buddy is, and just pick out who's who. Because you'll be like, oh, yeah, that's totally like who, you know?
I will tell you right now, I don't know who's Jonah Hill out of me or Ganja or Roxy or Jen or anybody, but you are Miles Teller like a mother.
This is the me and Ganja story. Let's be fucking real.
Yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
I'm the more serious one. Ganja's the more crazy, like pot smoking one, but we somehow work together.
Hi.
Yeah. No, but seriously, and I honestly, I don't know if you've seen this, Ganja, but I recommend this to you, especially you.
No, this is something I gotta check out. This is
Literally watch it. We gotta talk about it. Like, watch it. We'll talk about this shit.
Yeah, man. But with that said, though, guys, we're gonna get the fuck out of here. I have to go do some double toaster stuff once again because I do not do anything other than double toast. I don't even fucking breathe anymore. You, Alan, why don't you tell them where to breathe, though, as far as podcasting goes on the Metropolis Collective?
Oh, yes. So basically, check out the Metropolis Collective. Drop a like on there. We just did our episode 80. Basically, talk about all sorts of the crazy that's happening in America, which is why I literally say this is America, because fuck, there's some bullshit that happens, and we talk about all sorts of stuff from
your boy, man. That's fucked up, man.
What's
This
up?
is America.
Yeah,
you literally like this.
Not Chadwick Boseman. God damn it, Childish Gambino.
Wow.
Leave me the. I'm sorry. You know what? Next time, I'm just gonna shut up.
Yeah, you probably should.
Sorry.
But we do know about Gambino basically getting sued for the song. There's an internet discussion in there, so be sure to check that out. But yeah, with the Nunez Sports Pod, they had their episode, so check that shit out. Horror Hole has their shit that's been dropping. Same thing with what's happening with the Content Corner. Some special. I'll basically, I guess this Friday, if it goes down, I'll tell you guys some special news about another show that we're working on. So basically, just stay tuned for that. Drop a like on there if you can, or follow any one of us on Facebook. You'll see the premieres.
Oh yes, people, we're out of this motherfucker. Goodbye.
I can't tell if that was on purpose or not.
It was on purpose, but it was like too good to the point where I think I choked. But it's okay. People, that said,
Yeah,
we're
well,
gonna raid
just back it up a little bit.
Mr. Fuck. People, enjoy Mr. Evans 7, Chris Herman's the shit. Sorry, Ryan, I'm not gonna do that. Oh, my boy, Mr. Herman. Mr. Herman, I'm sorry about that. But,
Woo, Crispy Chris!
here
Front back Sonic. Go.
witness him. We're out of here, guys. Bye. See ya.
Radio Dead Air sounds like a fucking